2025 has seen the release of a new War of the Worlds movie. A new take on the H.G. Wells classic. But is it any good? It stars Ice Cube. What does that tell you? Let's get into it. Okay, so this version of War of the Worlds comes directed by an individual named Rich Lee. I'll be honest, I don't know who he is whatsoever. It stars Ice Cube. It's a character called William Radford, who's an NSA or Department of Homeland something or other spy guy on the computer. Sits there and spies on people's accounts, and he can hack everything. That sort of an individual. Okay, Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives fame. She stars as a NASA scientist. Iman Benson as Faith Redford, the daughter of William Redford, Ice Cube's character. He has a son as well, played by Henry Hunter Hall, sorry, and his character's name is David. And Agent Phil Coulson, Clark Gregg, plays this NSA director. And the film starts off, and we have Ice Cube. He's going after this individual called the Disruptor, who's a cloaked, hooded, face-hidden online individual who hacks things and gets information out there into the world where the government's lying to you and all this sort of stuff. And they want to bring him down. But in doing so, whilst doing so, there's these strange weather events occurring all around the world. And Eva Longoria's NASA scientist, she's on the phone to, or on calls to, William Redford about it all the time. He says, we don't look at that sort of thing, we just look at people, blah blah blah. Anyway, all these meteorites come down all around the world, all crash, tripods come out of that sort of a thing. And this is all done, this whole film is done through the guise of a computer. So it's like you're watching a computer and people popping up and calls being made, and you're seeing the video footage of what's going on and all this sort of a thing. And you've got the tripods there, you've got the world coming together to fight this alien invasion, all this sort of stuff. And the aliens all advance onto these data hubs because they digest data. They're like a partly synthetic and partly mechanical kind of alien life form that feeds on data, and that's what they want, because there's this new data system called Goliath that's meant to be hidden, no one knows about it, and it's collecting all data about everyone in the world, and it's attracted these aliens to Earth to attack, to go, you know. You got all this family drama stuff going on between Ice Cube and his family, his daughter who's pregnant, her boyfriend there who works for Amazon, you know, getting data and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, it runs for about 90 minutes, right? And it just feels so, it feels like no time takes place in the world that this happens in. It just all happens very, very quickly. The world's unites for this fight. Every country unites to attack these things at the same time, blah 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 blah, right? You could see where it was going to go. You could see it's sort of like, oh, you know, because in the original, obviously the aliens are brought down by a virus, you know, and viruses that we have on our planet here, computer based and all this. You can see what's going to bring them down. It's going to be a computer virus, only not. It's a sort of organic computer virus, because just by chance, Ice Cube's daughter has created this. She works in a lab and she's created this thing to do with blood and all this sort of stuff. You know, first of all, when these aliens crash, they're attacking all of the planet's infrastructure. All the infrastructure that the planet has got, it's attacking that, essentially sending the world back into the Dark Ages. Although that doesn't affect the film and what's going on in the film. It doesn't matter what they've attacked. You know, phones are still working for these characters. The computers are still working for these characters. They can still contact one another all throughout the film. You'd think that with airplanes going down, and which is what happens, and ships losing their bearings and you know, crashing into land and all this sort of thing, but no, everything works that needs to work for the story to work, data-wise. electronic wise, all this sort of stuff. There's no problem with that whatsoever. Now for me, this was quite a difficult watch because a lot of it is quite shaky cam, because you're seeing a lot of it through cameras on the street and what people are seeing through their phones and camera, you know what I mean, all this sort of thing, right? And that kind of hides the cheapness to the special effects as well, because they can make the camera footage look a bit fuzzy and all this sort of a thing. It is quite a cheap film. Seriously, this is all an analogy for data protection, for data being collected, for our privacy online and all that. That's what it is. It's like someone actually sat down and thought to themselves, hold on a minute, I've got a great idea. War of the Worlds. But you know what? In the original, they're brought down by viruses here on Earth. Let's update that for now because of the world and the technology. And let's have it as a computer virus that brings them down, and write a film around that kind of little twist in the plot, that change in the plot element to the film. Yeah, it's quite a dire movie. It's not very good at all. You know, I wouldn't recommend watching it. You know, there's far better versions of War of the Worlds made previously. The Tom Cruise one, the original classic, Christ, even the TV series that was done. I'm talking about the one that stars Adrian Paul in season 2. You know, they're better than this. This is pretty damn bad. I mean, Ice Cube, you know, the most emotion he shows in this film is at a point when he realises that he's losing his ex-wife's, who's I say ex-wife, she's passed away. Her Facebook page, her old Facebook page disappears, and that's, you know, all these people getting killed out there, and this sort of stuff's going on, alien invasion, the world's being wiped out. But no, you know, he gets upset about this Facebook page. It turns out that his son is the disruptor, again convenient. So his son's a disruptor who's a whiz on computers just like him. Right, Clark Gregg's this bad guy because he's the one who set up this Goliath and all this sort of a thing against the government's approval, blah, blah, blah. That didn't need to, you know, it's quite, the logic steps in this movie are crazy and stupid. It's a bad film. It's a bad film. But everyone needs to do that bit that they need. You know, it's just convenience that these characters, that Ice Cube, he works there as this data analyst who spies on everything and can do that. His son happens to be the person that they're going after. His daughter has created this blood kind of thing that they can use to bring down the aliens by reworking into a computer virus. I don't know. It's nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. And I've just wasted 90 minutes of my life watching this rubbish. It's not good. I seriously, don't watch it. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Just don't watch it, please. Don't watch it. Or if you do watch it, just let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. If you tell me it's good, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You must have watched something completely different than this guy here.